It's our first impressions of Manila. And guys, I wish we could lie to you and tell you it was amazing and perfect, but honestly, it was quite the opposite.
Hi, Manila!
In order for us to get a better understanding of what Manila is like, we figured we'd come to the oldest part, and that is
Intromuros. It is literally the fortifications of the Spanish time. There are so many pieces of history here, and at one point it was considered like all of Manila within these walls. So everything outside of the walls was like considered like would be like a suburb of Manila at the time, which is super interesting to think about. Wow, I mean, you literally walk away sad when you're down there and you see everything these people endured.
how many people died down there?
At least 600 bodies. And guys, these barracks were, or this dungeon was considered for like ammo and that type of thing. And then they put people down there, 600 people in a very small space. So you're dying of suffocation, heat, like, it's terrible. This is the kind of stuff we like. Like, yes, we love water. We love water adventures. And we love islands, and we love the blue crystal waters. But like, guys, we thrive when it comes to like history and architecture and like just the non-beachy things. Like, it's not really our scene. We're gonna show you guys because we also want to take part of it. But like, these are the things that we like doing the most.
We're here at the Fort Santiago wall, and as soon as we got to Intramuros, a lot of the guys told us that the wall was closed and they tried offering us their tour packages, but clearly it's not closed because we're here.
Guys, I never listen to them anyway. They don't ever tell you the truth unless they're actually, you know, you say, yes, I will take your tour guide, but whatever. We know better than to not go see for ourselves. And also, guys, here's the thing. I respect the hustle. I will always respect people trying to make money on their own. Like, hello. However, if I tell you 3 times, 4 times in a row, no thank you, in the most polite way possible, and you follow me and continue to hound me, it makes me even less inclined to ever ask for your business. Ever. Guys, tone it down just a little bit.
When it's hot, you gotta freshen up some way.
Oh, is it coconut?
What flavors are there?
Avocado and cheese.
Avocado and cheese. They said it's avocado and cheese. I don't think I will ever pair those two together, especially in an ice cream form. So let's give it a try.
His name Rambo. Remember Rambo? Rambo. Yeah, he's a Chinese.
I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's creamy, but there's also like a coconut taste to it. So it's probably a mixture of coconut, avocado, and cheese. Would I get it again? Maybe not, but for 20 pesos in this heat,
40 pesos.
40 pesos in this heat, well worth it.
We are standing in front of the oldest stone church in all of the country of the Philippines, St. Augustine. It was like built in 1607. Guys, first off, this is the first like cathedral church we've seen since we've been here. We've seen a lot of like outdoor churches, but this place is insane. It's beautiful. It definitely gives you the Spanish vibe, like you know where you're at. And we haven't even been inside yet, so let's go see. The moment I walked in there, I literally get emotional. I don't know if it's because ever since my mom passed away and I went to go visit like these cathedrals and churches, that I get overtly sensitive, but I do, and it's just a feeling that takes over my body and I start crying immediately. But like, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful church. And if you're in Manila, there is no reason for you to not come see it. It's the oldest church in all the country, stone church in the country, and it's a moment. I'll just put it that way. It's definitely a moment. Jose felt it too. So my first impressions of Intromuros. Guys, I'm a sucker for these type of things, like architecture, places where important things have taken place and like we still respect the relics of it and keep them off instead of building over them or tearing them down. I love this place. I love the area. I love the history, and the fact that it's in the middle of Manila, this huge metro, like the city. Guys, it's even more impressive. It's definitely, you know, you're walking into something that was once very, very, very important and means a lot to so many people.
There is so much to see here in Intramuros. I mean, I love that they really value the history that goes behind what happened back then and just how well they preserve it, along with their modern take of it through the Lego Museum. So that's pretty cool. We could do a whole video of just this location alone, but for the purpose of our first impressions here in Manila, we're loving it, and we're excited to take you to the next part of Manila that's a little bit more modernized. Guys, I swear, I'm 6'2" on a good day.
Okay.
All right. I hope you guys are ready, because Will and I are about to take you to a place we call Paradise, and something that hits home real hard for us.
Guys, we traveled all the way to Manila, literally from Cebu, mostly for this very reason. We used to go to Magnolia Bakery all the time in Chicago and in New York City. Guys, when we say it's crack in form, like food form, we mean it is crack. It is so good. The best thing ever is their banana pudding.
Like Will was saying, we came all the way to Manila from Cebu for this delicious, ooey gooey heaven that we call banana bread pudding. We had this back in Chicago and Los Angeles and in New York.
Many times.
Many times, in all sorts of flavors. But the OG, the banana pudding, is what anyone should ever get if you find yourself in any of those cities. So we gotta show you what we're talking about.
Look at this. The banana, the pudding, the wafers. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. It's the wafers that make it. Cheers.
Right, cheers. I'd fly to Manila if I lived anywhere close all the time just for this.
It comes in 3 different sizes. There's like this baby teaser size, a medium size, and the human size is what we got. If you find yourself not being a city person, we highly recommend you come to Manila just for this banana bread pudding.
This is the most American thing I've ever seen outside of America. There's a Shake Shack. There's a Pottery Barn right beside it. Guys, it legit feels like we're in like Chicago or something. Whoa. Okay. It's the little things.
We're loving BGC.
It's a big gay couple. That's us.
The true acronym for BGC. But anyways, like this would probably be where we will most likely live at if we were to settle down here in the Philippines.
Yeah, but I feel like they get old real quick.
That's true.
Like we like traveling. We lived the city life before. We have more fun when we're out with, you know, like.
Maybe it's just a place that we'd stop by, pick up the essentials, and then head out. All right, I feel like we've burnt the calories of that banana bread pudding here in BGC.
Well, at least one of the wafers anyway.
And figure it's time for us to hop on this cool mode of transportation here and head on over to another part of Manila.
Just out living life, guys. Just out seeing BCG on a little bike.
On a whole new different perspective.
All right, we gotta go, guys. And random fact, that's not Lady Gaga. In fact, she's not heard here. She's not seen here. Nobody knew who the hell she is. But Brittany, honey, she's global, so everybody in the Philippines knows her. No local acts for us. Left BGC. But guys, these are the areas where Jose and I freaking love just walking and walking and walking. Like the less pretty places, which we find beautiful. It's usually where we find the coolest people also. We're literally like 2 blocks over from BGC, so you can see the change in scenery and the streets. It feels like we're in a completely different area. I mean, we are, but like you really had to travel, but we love it, so it's fine.
Manila's massive, and that is to say that we've only had a chance to explore BGC. I was gonna say Bugatti. What is it called? Magati? Where are we at?
Makati?
What's it?
Makati?
Makati. And the Intramuros. And it's been a vibe here in Manila, but not the one that you would necessarily think of. We'll tell you more a little bit later once we pass this part of the area.
So we've been in Manila, a day now. And Jose! Ho! Jose, what do you do? This asshole. All right, guys, so it's that time. It's our first impressions of Manila. I wish we could tell you it was like amazing and perfect, but it's quite the opposite. And we know opposite because we're comparing it to our actual first impression of the Philippines, which was Cebu, the most welcoming, warming, kind people we've ever interacted with. Everybody. And when I'm talking about Manila, I want to make it very clear that we're talking about people that we actually had to talk to or interact with. This isn't the people walking down the street minding their own business. They're amazing, but it's people we've interacted with. And unfortunately, they were made us feel like we were doing something wrong, bothering them, not welcome. And then we're talking about the security officers and the police officers and like the people at the restaurants and stuff like that. It was just a weird energy. In the hotel, that's another story. But we did have some good interactions with some good people. So unfortunately, our first impressions of Manila weren't the best. And I'm really glad Cebu was our first impressions because I don't think I would have the same feeling if it wasn't.
And honestly, guys, with that being said, I think it's time for us to leave Manila and head south of Manila to Batangas and explore the beautiful towns, what is there to see, to do, and to eat. So be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for that upcoming video and many more. Thank you again for watching.